Guten Tag, everyone. I just watched Creator Mom's Peace with Food, and I'm like, wouldn't that be amazing? And I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that, as far as I know, Miss Sheena doesn't have any like glaring or noticeable health situations arising from food other than weight, unwanted weight. Because as I'm listening to her talk, I'm going, yes, yeah. I'd have said yes the entire way through in my 30s or wherever it was before I was made aware that even though weight issues were not my main problem, I would occasionally be overweight. My most highest over normal was probably 30 pounds over, which is significant when you're supposed to be 100 pounds and you're 130. That's a lot. But I think 120 is about my settle weight. But it wasn't about that. It was about constipation so severe that you go to the bathroom once a week, need an object or a tool to break up the stool in the toilet so it wouldn't clog. I mean, it was tears in the rear end. This was my entire childhood, my entire adult, until I realized, hey, I got a problem. And then that actually led to chronic bladder infections. I became systemic throughout my whole body with fungus because of American food. Because I ate whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, anytime I wanted. I never restricted myself, ever. And I ate my way into absolutely horrible health. And were I to be in another country where these foods that I was consuming it wouldn't be made with ingredients that are GMO or other poisons or just toxic waste products from industrial companies. If I'd been somewhere and ate exactly the same way, but just their food, I may not have suffered these health problems. There's more to it than weight, and I cannot eat what I want when I want. I can if I want to be constipated, if I want to get a bladder infection, if I want to get severely depressed, if I want all these fucking problems. I know that the food quality and what is actually called food in the United States of America is not food, and the quality is sub-zero. And all we have to do to find this out is to look around in the United States and also look at other countries who refuse to accept our food into their country as food, and the list of ingredients in other countries that have been banned and outlawed for many years that they're pumping into our food sources. So I'm totally behind Creator Mom in that we need to stop micromanaging ourselves with the food. But I think the number one, it just takes preparation. We cannot just willy-nilly go around popping anything in our mouth. You can. And then eventually you're going to find out that you're an organic being and you just put Crisco down your neck of your whole childhood with Crisco cookies. When I found out, my mom used a Crisco, man, a big old cup full of instead of butter and Crisco. Crisco was an industrial lubricant for machinery as far as I know. And they just said, you know what? We can make some damn cookies with this shit and sell them to people till they get sick, and then we can jack them all up with operations and drugs and everything else. They got the diabetes or whatever. And I'm like, I spent my whole childhood eating peanut butter, white bread, crackers, Campbell's soup, Doritos with MSG, Fritos, candy, tasty cakes, prepackaged cakes, snack cakes, donuts, all that. And I would have a small piece of meat, instant potatoes, and frozen vegetables, which weren't even vegetables. Whatever, for dinner. And just a small portion of that, and then the rest was all snack foods and lunch meat. Let's not forget the lunch meat. I'm lucky that I walked away with all my organs and a modicum of sanity, because in my genetics, apparently, we get deeply emotionally disturbed from eating things that are not real food. I'm sorry, kids. I didn't know it was a thing. I was just told that, Karen, you're just a weak-minded person, and that's why you have all these feelings that are more so than other people's feelings. And I'm thinking, well, when I settle down and eat plain meat, even salad. God forbid. I know it's filled with glyphosate, but lately I just couldn't get enough lettuce. I'm like, I can't handle it, man. I'm just having some lettuce. I'm having some lettuce and some red onion with some olive oil and lemon juice instead of dressing. I know, it's like, oh, this control, Karen. You're just like, I want to be free to enjoy the food that I bring home. There's the clincher. It's to be prepared. We can be starving and run out and get fast food, or we can eat a candy bar. It's be more prepared in your home, and then you can eat at will. There's my caveat. It's like, yes, Sheena, you're right, if it's available. I mean, how about that? Let's tack that on the end. If it's available, real food. And I'm glad that you don't have any noticeable, obvious health ills popping. I'm so glad that the only thing you're thinking of is like, oh, if I eat, I'll just get too big. For me, if I eat this, I could wake up in mortal pain in my bladder, which doesn't happen anymore. Thank God. I moved away from I think it was the systemic yeast, and I finally beat it back far enough that I no longer have that knee-jerk reaction to eating wheat or sugar. I don't immediately get a bladder infection. But years ago, I did. Immediately. I mean, I was bent over crying. I would be urinating blood. This went on for years. Because I ate whatever I wanted. But anyway, let's eat to good health. Let's try the best you can without freaking out, to source the cleanest food you can. Be prepared, and then eat at will. Just like she said, you're hungry, eat. But have it be available. Decent stuff. All right, everybody, I'm driving over to the YMCA because Grandma wants to get in the pool. I mean, you can't find this. I'm like scouring the internet. Like, why can I not find a pool to get in near me? Why can I not find class? They don't want us to find them. I had to search and search and search. And I'm thinking, oh my God. So I'm going to drive back to Maryland, which is 15 minutes to my west. And hopefully my Delaware driver's license will not prevent me from joining. Because if it does, I'll just frickin' go back to Maryland, get a Maryland driver's license, and say, I moved back to Glen Burnie to be able to use the facilities or whatever. But hopefully they'll let me in. Yeah. I want to take some like water aerobics and like just some, maybe Pilates and any kind of strength and just some kind of group thing to get my head back in the game. Because being at home alone, I'm finding that I'm just not having the motivation right now, and I need some group energy like what I experienced in pole class in Florida. I could do stuff in that pole class I cannot do on this pole at home, because you literally you get hyped on the other people's energy in the room. We're all there. We got 10 girls and the instructor, or men, whatever. There was a few men in the class, but we're there, and we're just drawing off each other's energy, and we're looking, going, yeah, you did it right. Yeah, you did it right. Woohoo, watch me. And we're all doing it because it's just like it's the group thing. And it comes with a lot of energy, and it right in there, and I need that. So I'm going to go I'm going to meet some other grandmas. Watch me get involved in some kind of nasty grandma clique. Anyway, cat ladies. Anyway. All right, wish me luck with the whole YMCA thing. Lenny's going to be like, oh, more appointments. Guess what, Len? Stay home if you want to. I'm going to an appointment because I have a class to take. Bam.